Clicker works. Yay. Okay, that's good. Oh, well. I'm gonna have that. All right, friends. What day is it? Let's think about that. Wednesday. It is Wednesday, April the 15th. Today is Wednesday, April the 15th. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, good that time of day. Okay, get your piece of paper. You're numbering to 10 because do you still know stuff? And while you're numbering, let me make an announcement. I told you on Monday in the video to bring your compare and contrast writing to this session today, and I would tell you what to do with it. And I'm going to, but I'd forgotten that I already told you what to do with it in the directions. And so on Google Classroom. And so what you were supposed to do, and if you haven't done it, it's okay. You've got all the time in the world, oh my gosh, to do it. So what you were supposed to do is find a grown-up in your house to edit. And when we're editing, we're talking about spelling, punctuation, capitalization. Does this sound right? Did I use my signal words? Are my sentences structured correctly? That kind of thing. So find a grown-up in your house, sit down with them for 5 minutes and let them edit your paper with you, not for you, with you, and make those corrections. So just erase or whatever you have to do. You do not have to do a rewrite of this. Some of you I know are typing your stuff into Google Docs. Fine, but I do want you to print those out if you're typing into Google Docs, because I want you to have a hard copy that you can hold in your hand, because remember, I'm going to get those writing portfolios to you. They're in our room at Rock Quarry, but at some point I'm going to get them back in your hands because you've done phenomenal writing and I want you to have it. And all of these things that you're doing, you're going to put in a folder or a baggie, remember that? And you're going to hold on to them until the day comes that I present you with your writing portfolio. And then you can put it all in there and file it away with your childhood treasures, okay? So you're supposed to get a grown-up to help you edit that compare and contrast piece. It's probably 2 paragraphs, and a like paragraph and a difference paragraph. And then when it's great and it's perfect and it's wonderful, you're supposed to call somebody that does not live in your house, okay? So this gives you a reason to connect with a grandparent or an aunt, uncle, or a cousin and tell them to sit down, that part of your schoolwork is I have to read you my compare and contrast text structure. And they may say, what does that mean? What is text structure? And you're going to say, well, that is how nonfiction text can be organized. There are 6 different ways. I will tell you what they are. And then you will, and you'll teach them that on the phone. And they're going to say, my goodness, you're so smart. And you're going to say, well, yeah. And you're going to say, and we're working on the compare and contrast text structure, and I've written something. And they're going to say, well, compare and contrast, well, what does that do? And you're going to tell them, well, when you compare and contrast, you tell how 2 things are alike, and you tell how they're different. There are certain signal words that you will use, and yeah, that's what we're doing. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, your teacher must be phenomenal. And you're going to say, yes, I mean, yeah, she is. So anyway, that's going to give you a chance to do all that on the telephone, okay? And you'll read your writing to them, tell them you love them, and hang up, okay? And then that piece of writing goes in your folder where you're holding things or in your Ziploc bag. Clear as mud? Good. Okay. Where's my stuff? Ready? Here we go. This is all about word pairs today. We're going to do some work with word pairs next week. You'll have a doc next Monday. I think I planned it. And your answer is either going to be antonym, synonym, homograph. They look the same. Homophone. They sound the same. Antonym, opposites. Synonym, mean the same. Homograph, look the same, don't mean the same thing. And homographs can sound the same, but they don't have to. Do you hear that? That's the people upstairs making noise. Okay. And then homophones sound the same, okay? But they don't look the same. Number 1, put antonym, synonym, homophone, or homograph. Here we go. Number 1, flew. F-L-E-W, the bird flew over the house. F-L-U, I am sick, I have the flu. Number 2, record, record. Record, record. Number 3, throw, toss. Number 4, disappear, vanish. Number 5, active, lazy. Got some lazy going on in my house. Don't be lazy. Number 6, look at it. Find, I need to find my shoes. Find, I was fined because I was speeding and I got a ticket. I had to pay money. I was fined. Number 7, massive, tiny. Number 8, listen, address, address. I live at 957 Monmouth Road. That's my address. I need to give a speech to a group of people. I'm going to address them. That means I'm going to write my address on them. It means I'm going to give a speech. Address, address. Number 9, tow. My car's going to get towed. Tow, tow. It's on your foot. And number 10, giggle, chuckle. Let's check. You're going to make 100. You're going to make 100 because you are so smart. Woo, woo. Number 1, flu, homophones. They sound the same. They do not look the same. Number 2, homograph, record, record. They don't mean the same thing. They look the same. They do not sound the same. Record, record, homograph. Throw, toss, synonym. Disappear, vanish, synonym. They mean the same. Active, lazy, antonym. Find, find. Homophone. Sound the same. They don't look the same. Massive, tiny, antonym. Address, address. Homograph. They look the same. Toe, toe. Homophone. Giggle, chuckle, synonym. Okay? I'm very distracted by all the noises going on upstairs. Okay, whatever. Lottie's in the bathtub and she's making all kinds of noise. Can you hear it? I hope you can't. I can't. All right, moving on. You're going to work on another text structure piece for me today. Again, it's going to be just one paragraph. Don't panic. It's easy. But I want to remind you of our text structures. We're finished with compare and contrast. And we're moving right down here to problem solution. I want to revisit compare and contrast because I want to talk about something that I forgot and left out of the video. You had to create a Venn diagram. And I forgot to tell you what a Venn diagram looks like, but you're brilliant and you already know. So you probably already knew. I know you already knew. You already knew. But this is what a Venn diagram looks like. And remember, you would put one thing that you're comparing, the other thing that you're comparing, jot down all the ways they're the same. Remember, on a Venn diagram, it's not complete sentences. It's just bullets. All graphic organizers are that way. Graphic organizer. About to come back to that. And then you write ways they're different, right? All of these text structures, I want you to create the graphic organizer first. Graphic means I can see it. Organized means I'm putting my ideas together in a certain way so that they make sense. When you brainstorm or put down your ideas on a graphic organizer, your writing is pretty much done. You just have to put it in complete sentences. So the graphic organizer helps you to get your ideas on paper so that you're not having to think as you write. Your ideas are already right there in the graphic organizer. Does that make sense? So we're going to skip down to the problem solution piece, and you're going to have directions today in your Google Classroom, or they're already there, that have the directions for this problem solution piece. And basically it's telling you that you can choose any problem that you can think of. It can be a problem you're having. It can be a problem somebody in your house is having. It can be a problem that Tuscaloosa has, or that Rock Quarry has, or that Alabama, or the nation, or the world. You can probably think of a lot. I'm not going to give you any examples because I'm afraid you'll steal them. Don't be lazy. Think of your own. But I did give you a model paragraph about sleeping because we've already talked about that one. And it's on those directions. And so I've written the paragraph like I want you to do it. You just can't copy mine. So you can't do having trouble sleeping. You have to do something else. Okay, but this is the graphic organizer you'll use. Look how simple. So you're going to first brainstorm a list of problems. and a list of solutions. And then you're going to choose what's the problem I'm going to write about. And you're going to put it in a box on a piece of notebook paper. And then you're going to decide, out of all these different solutions that I brainstormed for that problem, what are the 3 best ones? What do I think are the 3 best solutions to that problem? Okay, so I would have put, I'm having trouble falling and staying asleep. So what are some solutions to that? Well, I need to keep myself calm right before bed, like stay away from devices. I need to keep my room very dark and very cold. That's one solution to this problem. I need to make sure that I have some sort of white noise, like we sleep with a fan. If it's quiet in my room, I can't sleep. So that might be a solution. So what is my problem and what are the 3 best solutions? That's your graphic organizer. And then you will write from that. You do have success criteria on your directions, and it's going to tell you that you need to have an interesting hook. One of the hooks that's listed there is going to be a little unfamiliar to you. The usual suspects are there: a quote, a list of adjectives, a question. We're used to those. But I also added that you could list consequences. If this problem isn't solved, what are some things that could happen? What are some consequences to that problem not being solved? And if you'll look at my model paragraph, that's what I started with, because I wanted to show you what that would look like. So it starts with a list of issues that I would have to deal with if my problem of not being able to sleep isn't solved. So take a look at how I did that on the model, because that's kind of new for you as far as a hook is concerned. But everything else you're used to. You're going to introduce your problem. You're going to give your solutions. You're going to have commentary after each solution. You're going to use signal words, and I've listed those in the directions, the signal words for the problem solution. And I don't know if I listed this or not. If I didn't, oh my gosh. But I want you to have varied sentence beginnings, okay? We know that keeps our writing from being boring, and it's going to be easy to do it on this piece because this piece isn't going to be that long, okay? So check those directions. That's one thing that's in there today. And your second thing is a Greek and Latin root assignment. So what you'll do, I've made a copy for everybody, so you'll find your little Google Doc that's already got your name on it, click, and it's going to open up a table today with 3 columns. And I think I put 18 Greek and Latin roots on there. But should be able to click right inside those columns and put the answers. And I've given you an example, but you'll have the roots listed. I put those there for you. Maybe there's 3 things you have to do. And you have to give the meaning of the root. Yeah, there's 3 things for each root. You have to give the meaning of the root. You have to create a word. You have to come up with a word that has that root in it. And then you have to tell me the meaning of the word that you created. So my example was therm. All right, so the meaning of that is heat. I'd get in, click, type in heat. Then I have to create a word with therm in it. Thermometer, click in there, put thermometer. Then I have to give the meaning of thermometer, to measure heat or heat measure. Okay, and then you'll go to the next one. Okay, so you'll give the meaning of the root. You create a word yourself that has that root in it, and then you give the meaning of your new word that you've created. And you're not making up words, right? I just realized that's what it sounds like I want you to do. You'll put in a word, a real word that's in the dictionary that has that root in it. Right. Okay. So that's all I have. You're going to do great. I think you're precious. I have so enjoyed getting to see your faces in Google Meet. If you haven't been joining us there, 9:30 every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be great. What else do I need to tell you? That's all. I think you're great. I'm going to click you off and go check on the little tub rat upstairs. Okay, bye.